Hey Bibliomaniacs, my name is Marina and welcome back to Marina in Wonderland. Today's video is going to be the Booktube Newbie Tag. So without further ado, let's get into the questions. Question number 1, why did you start this channel? Back when I started this channel is 2011. I just really like talking about books, and I like buying books, and I like reading books, and I felt like I needed a place to share that with people, and so YouTube was the place I decided to do that. What are some unique and fun things you could bring to Booktube? I think just being here is unique enough. Just kidding. I think I read a variety of different things, and I have a lot of opinions on books that I read, and I have a lot of recommendations. But I think what I want this channel to be is I want to inspire readers to read more and read out of their comfort zone, and I want to inspire people that don't read or don't read enough to pick up a book. I used to tutor reading, and it was the best feeling in the world when one of my students would be like, "Miss Marina, I read a book." When I hear someone say that you inspired me to read, that just warms my heart, and that's literally like my sole purpose in life, is to inspire people to read. And that is why I think the inspiration aspect for people to start reading, that's what I could bring to Booktube. What are you most excited about this new channel? I like to make friends. I'm so excited to talk with a bunch of people because since 2011 there's been a ton of new booktubers, and there's a ton of small channels, and there's a ton of big channels that I love to communicate and comment on and talk and watch, and I'm just really excited for that communication aspect of Booktube. Why do you love reading? Well, ain't that a loaded question? I fell in love with reading at a very, very young age. My mom likes to tell the story of when my aunt sent me a book, and it had all the Disney characters in it, and I believe it was like a commercial type of merchandise, like buy this type of pamphlet. But I remember walking around with it, and it had a lot of beautiful, like bright colors, and that was what fascinated me the most about this pamphlet. And I remember it ripped, and that was like a tragedy in my life because I made my mom in the middle of the night help me glue this book back together, and since then I have absolutely loved reading. There's something special about actually physically respecting and loving someone's work and the artwork, whether it's artwork or the words on the page. There's something just so magical about that, and that's what makes me love reading. I like being part of the fantasy of it all, and honestly, I do think that reading is like magic that we possess and we don't use enough. There's so many stories that go unread, and so many words that go unread, and there's so many amazing authors out there, and we complain that there's no magic in this world, but just crack open a book, you're traveling to a different place in time, and that is absolutely amazing. What book or series got you into reading? Oh, this one's an easy one. I'm not going to say Harry Potter, although I did read Harry Potter like a handful of times back in elementary school, but that was not the book. It was the series of unfortunate events, which I discovered in elementary school. And I remember the Scholastic Book Fair was at our school, and they were selling the 8 books in a set, and I had to have it. It was like $56. My parents bought it for me, and I was super excited. I couldn't wait to get through them. Finally, I got through them all, and it was right before the release of the 9th book, and after that I was able to be at every single release up till the 13th book, and that is by far my favorite series. I just love that there's a mystery aspect. The kids are so kind-hearted and smart and intuitive, and it's just a really, although unfortunate events happen in this book, it just has like a lot of humanity and love, and I really like that series. Lemony Snicket, please write more unfortunate events, like part 2, another 13 books, please. Wink wink. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? How do you guys stay consistent, and what inspires you? What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think consistency is the main one that is so hard to overcome, especially for me, mainly because I tend to take hiatuses, as you can tell if you follow my booktube channel life and look at the dates of my videos. There's some hiatuses. So this year I do want to try to be more consistent and really be creative. So those are creativity, coming up with new ideas, and being consistent, I think, are the two most challenging things. Number 8, when did you start reading? I wasn't out of my diaper phase yet. Back in the day when I got that Disney book sent to me, that was when I started reading. Where do you read? I read everywhere. Is that a answer? But I do really read everywhere. I have a collection of books on my phone. I'm never without a book. I read a lot in bed. I like to read hefty books in bed because that is where I like to annotate. And then if I am reading on the go, I usually have a shorter book with me and I read in my car. I read on the love sack that's in our den. I read in bed. I read at the gym. I don't go to the gym often, but when I do go to the gym, I listen to an audiobook. I read in the car. Everywhere I go in the car, I have an audiobook on. I pretty much read everywhere if I can. What kind of books do you like to read? I like to read everything. I feel like you have to experience everything at least once. So I try to give all genres a go. My favorite genre is thrillers. I love The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and A Girl on the Train. I also, like I said, love the Unfortunate Events series. I really enjoy Stephen King and J.K. Rowling. Lots of YA. I read very diversely, pretty much anything. Also, I do like classics. I liked Catcher in the Rye and To Kill a Mockingbird are my two favorite. So that was the Booktube Newbie Tag. If you have done this tag, please leave a comment down below and I would love to check it out. If you haven't, then I tag you to do it. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel down there. And I will see you guys on Thursday with my next video. Happy reading. No, that's the wrong outro. With warm cups of tea and just a few more chapters, happy reading.